Hello guys, welcome. My name is Ritesh and welcome to my channel Cloud with Ritesh. First of all, I would like to thank you everyone who has subscribed to my channel and who have seen my video. I would like to say thank you because it's just been couple of days and I've got 20 subscribers and 127 views, and that's really something, means a lot. That means my content has been liked, and this will help me and motivate me to create more videos. With that said, as I promised, today I'm going to show you about Azure Policy as code with Terraform, but we will be doing it using GitHub Action and OIDC federated credential login. And if you want to see how it can be done locally for development environment, please visit my channel Cloud with Ritesh and my part 1 of this video. This is part 2. Let's start. My name is Ritesh. As you guys know, I am a platform engineer. I'm a cloud enthusiast. I have been HashiCorp ambassador for 2 years in a row, and I'm a Microsoft MVP. I will walk you through how to implement Azure Policy using Terraform and GitHub OIDC. So with that, let's start. I will go to my personal repo or Hagday. All right, my repository, YouTube session AZ policy. So as you guys know, if you have seen my first video, in part 1 of this video, I did show you how you can create a repository from the public template that I have created in my handle Cloud with Ritesh. Once that is done, you can locally, you can go to the code, CLI, copy GH repo clone, paste it and enter, and that will, what it will do is you will see the files locally in your machine. Okay, now let's start. All right, the very first thing that we are going to do is let me go to my read.md file, GitHub OIDC setup. So last time we did this, we tested the policy at the resource group level for Azure Policy. Now we are going to implement Azure Policy using Terraform plus GitHub Action and OIDC. This readme.md file has all the instructions step by step how to do it. So everybody who is interested, you can go to this repo, you can download or read through this readme.md file and follow along. You should be able to complete this lab. Now let's start. The first thing what we are going to do is we will create Azure AD app registration for OIDC. All right, so these steps I have copied here. So first thing first, AZ AD app create. So I'm going to create, enter. Now here I'm assuming you have already done AZ login and you have logged into your Azure, and using AZ set account subscription ID you have set the context of the subscription as well. For me it is already done, that's why I'm directly running the commands AZ AD app create, display name GitHub OIDC, and as you guys know, I will go subscription and we will see each and every step that we are performing, how it looks. So I have first created an app, so I'll just move a bit here so it's much easier. All right, cool. All applications, GitHub OIDC policy demo, GitHub OIDC policy demo. Now this is an app that I have registered with my enter ID. Okay, now second, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this simple command to get the detail of my app ID. If you see, the app ID is ddcf2. Here if you see, the app ID is dd6f2. So I'll copy. So now copy this command, copy the app ID, enter. Done. The service principal is created. If I refresh this page, you can see managed application in local directory, the service principal is created within this app. All right, now this service principal has its own application ID and object ID. I will move on to the next command. Here I will run this command to get the object ID of the service principal. You can look it up at the portal as well, but I am also giving you an option or the command to do it without looking at the portal. So whichever way you find best, do it. Okay, now once this is done, what I'm going to do is run this first command, contributor role to service principal, object ID of service principal. I will replace it with the object ID. Okay, object ID of service principal. I have already populated the subscription ID and all those information. Copy, paste. Now I'll again copy the object ID. The second command, object ID of service principal, I will replace with the object ID. If you see the scope, I have already set the scope to my storage account. Okay, I'll copy, paste. Again, I'll take the object ID. We'll go and copy the object ID, paste the object ID over here. I will copy, paste, enter. Okay, I'll copy and paste the third command. All right, so 3 permissions are done. What are those 3 permissions? Go home, subscriptions, my MVP subscription, access control IAM, role assignment. If you see, contributor role and resource policy contributor, both role are assigned. Okay, now the third permission which we gave on the storage account, we will go to the storage account. I will change my subscription, df state demo, access control IAM, role assignment, and if you see, contributor inherited, resource policy contributor, and storage blob contributor. All right, so the permissions are in place. We are good to go. Now, once the permissions are all assigned, the second step that we had to do is create a federated credential between this app registration and GitHub repo. Okay, so here we are going to create 2 federated credential. One is for main branch, another one is for pull request. Okay, so first thing first, I will change this to C:temp. All right, C:temp credential main.json. So I'm doing this on a Windows. If you are doing it on Linux or MacBook, so make sure this credential JSON file you create in some another directory or another folder and not in your GitHub folder. Okay, I'll copy this. Okay, paste it, credential main.json. All right, so here one thing, I did not change the handle, so So now let's change the GitHub handle and the repo. How you can do that? You can go to your what you can do, you can copy it directly from here, and replace it here. You can copy it from here as well, and I will change it here as well. So both the places I have changed my GitHub handle and the repository name. Rest all will remain the same. For the second command, what I will do is change c:"temp credential hyphen pr.json. So two JSON file for two federated credential. One. Now paste, then GitHub OIDC. I'll change the name as well as PR because this is for PR. Copy, paste. All right, enter. Now two files are created. Let's check. c:"temp. I have credential main.json, credential pr.json. If we open the credential main.json, you see GitHub OIDC, it is created. All right, so now I will run these two commands so that the federation can be created. I will again change the path to c:"temp. All right, /credential main.json, and here again c:"temp credential pr.json. Now all this information and this command are already updated in the readme file, so you guys just need to follow. If there is any error, just follow the error. All right, see, this kind of mistakes may happen. So object ID of the app. Now here, if you see in the assignee object ID, we added the object ID of service principal. GitHub OIDC object ID is 288. If you see, the object ID is 288. This permission were given to service principal. However, now when we are creating a federation, we are creating a federation with the app. So what we have to do, click on the app. I need object ID of the AD app. Copy this object ID. All right, replace it again, replace it. So I'll run the first command. Done. I'll run the second command. Done. If I go to certificates and secrets, so if you see, the first one is already populated, that is for the main branch. If I keep on refreshing, so I have two, GitHub OIDC and GitHub OIDC PR. So we are all set. I will clear this. Now what we are going to do is we are going to configure the GitHub repo to use this as a secret. Okay, so first thing first, you go to your GitHub settings, secrets and variable actions. Okay, so I have already created repository secrets. So this I was testing, so you can set it in the environment secrets or repository secrets. So the difference is priority. So first environment secrets will be taken, and if it doesn't have environment secret, then repository secrets will be taken. I was doing some testing, but it's not going to make any changes to my environment or the particular lab. So you guys can go ahead and create environment secrets. Okay, I will update the repository secret for my client ID. Okay, client ID will be the application ID. Okay, update the secret. I will use GitHub mobile. Approved. Yes, changes are done. My subscription ID, tenant ID is already there. For your environment also, I will go ahead and make change just to be on a safer side, so we don't get any error. And it doesn't matter, you can keep it either environment secrets or repository secrets. Okay, it will work either one of them. Now once my configuration is done, okay, secrets and variable repository secrets are already added, environment secrets are added. Now the last part is we will edit, or we will uncomment the Terraform configuration file. After uncommenting the Terraform configuration file, we will push this Terraform configuration to my GitHub. So first thing first, we will create a branch. Okay, now first thing, I will go to my repo, git status. All right, it's up to date. Git branch. I have branch update 1. I will delete it. I was working on something. Git switch main. I will do a pull to update my current. Okay, repository not found. This is probably because I've logged in with Cloud with Ritesh. So let's git auth auth switch. Now I switch to RAD1, but still for some reason it won't do a git pull. So auth login. So what I'm doing is I'm logging into my GitHub. Okay, copy the code, enter, browser will open. I'll click on RHegde1, add the code, continue, authorize, GitHub mobile. You are all set. I'll close it. Now I will do git pull. There you go, it works. Now I will delete my previous branch so that we don't have any confusion. Update 1. This branch is already merged, so git branch -d delete. Okay, now before pushing this configuration to my GitHub, the first thing I would like to do is uncomment the GitHub action.yaml file. Okay, this GitHub action.yaml file what it is going to do, it is going to run few jobs. Terraform Azure Policy CI/CD. It is going to pick up the credential from the GitHub secret. It is going to use OIDC. It will run couple of Terraform command like init, format, validate. Then it will run Terraform plan. Terraform plan will be run only during pull request, but it will not but apply will not run. Apply will only run when the pull request is merged or commit is made, commit is pushed to the main branch. Okay, so first thing first, GitHub Actions.yaml. So git checkout branch, I will branch it out, update YAML, branch is created. I have uncommented the YAML. We'll run git status. It shows one file to update. Git add, git commit, upload GitHub Actions.yaml, git push. Since it's a branch, I have to do git push set upstream. And now in my repo, I'll go to pull request, compare and pull request, create a pull request. No conflict with base branch. Now see, it started this GitHub action, but this will fail since no changes to your infrastructure found, so it's not going to apply anything. However, let's go ahead and merged it. Great. So this is first step. Okay, now what we are going to do, we will go to azpolicy.tf. In part 1 we did the environment tag policy, but for GitHub OIDC, what we are going to do, we are going to create another policy at a subscription level, allowed region for Southeast Asia. All right, so let me uncomment this. Variables, uncomment. We don't need subscription ID here because the subscription ID is already passed and in a secret. Providers, yes, we need to uncomment the providers. Use OIDC true. If you see my part 1, I had selected subscription ID, but this time we are going to comment the subscription ID and uncomment use OIDC. Backend Azure RM TF state RG, this thing is same as it was in part 1. Rest all remain same. Output, if you want, we can uncomment them. Now my AZ policy is updated. Output provider variables.tf is updated. Policy conditions are already created, so it will refer this policy condition. Okay, now I will create another branch. So branch is usually continuous name, hyphen is allowed. I created this. I check again git status. These all files are modified. I will add them locally first, then commit them, upload commented, load uncomment tf files. Now I will do git push. Now you see it already appeared compare and pull request. I'll click on compare and pull request. Ability to merge, upload uncommented tf file, create a pull request. When I click on create a pull request, CI/CD pipeline will start. Alright, so it's saying on output demo RG is declared, but it is not being used. Fine. What we'll do, it is saying in output, we will just comment it, because this demo RG was created in first part and now we don't have that resource and it is failing. That's fine. Let's again get add commit rectify tf error git push. Alright, the moment I push, it is again going to run the CI/CD pipeline. So this is how it is. When you are doing it, you may come across issues, but that's fine. There are always solutions to the problem, and it's good that I'm getting such issues during while creating this video. So if you face the same issue, you would be you will know what is the resolution for the same error. All right, if you see, the action has run Terraform plan shows it will to add, but Terraform apply, if you see, it did not run Terraform apply. The reason being, this is a pull request run. Okay, the pull request, it gave me a tentative plan. Now when I click on merge pull request, it will make changes to my main branch. So I'll go confirm merge, and now again if I go to my actions, merge pull request, Terraform, it is initializing, backend initialized, format, validate. It skipped the plan, it directly went into apply. It is saying the same thing, to add. All right, it will output the tenant ID, and now it's creating. Okay, so as you can see, the entire process is automated using GitHub Actions, wherein you just need to make changes and the GitHub action will take care of the steps, or it will run Terraform apply, Terraform plan. And as I showed you during the pull request, it did Terraform plan. You can review the output. If you think it is expected, then you can also add reviewers, like your team members as a reviewers. Those team member will review it. If your manager or your lead feels like, okay, the changes are okay, legitimate, they will approve it. Once they approve it, the pull request can be merged. Once merged, then from the GitHub actions, Terraform apply will run and Terraform apply will do the job. Okay, now this will take couple of minutes. Let's wait. In the meanwhile, while it is creating, I would like to inform you guys that I will be speaking at HashiDays as a feature speaker. I will be talking about implementing policy as code with Sentinel HCP alongside two well-known speaker, Cole Morrison and David Mills. They both are from HashiCorp. That is on 22nd July 2025. So if you can register now, and what all you get is it's a one-day cloud engineering track. It's 119. The early bird 99 price is gone, but this gives you access to one full day conference access, social events. It also gives you certification exam voucher worth 79 USD. So your registration cost is offset by the exam voucher. You get a HashiDays swag bag and food and drinks are included. So if you guys are interested, kindly register. Now pull request is merged and closed, and if you see, it is still creating. Let's go to my Azure Policy, view all. You can view all. Now let's wait for the policy to be created. If we go to assignments and we go to definitions, under definitions we can go to policy types custom, apply. It's not yet created, it's still going on. Apply is complete. Now if we go to overview, all right, okay, looking at the wrong subscription, go down, MVP subscription, select, view all. Okay, allowed region policy is created. If I click on that, the compliance has started working. It is done 67%, 2 out of 3 resources. It is saying one of my resources already non-compliant because this is in Central India. Other resources are in Southeast Asia. Now to verify if this policy is in effect, what we are going to do is, let's do a quick test. Now I'll try to create a resource group in East US and let's see what happens. It gave policy violation. Now we create the same resource group but in Southeast Asia, the allowed region, and there you go, the resource group is created. This way you can govern your cloud for restricting the allowed region for your team, so that no one from your team can create any resources in any other region. Also you can deny creation of some large instance or large SQL database which could cost thousands of dollars, so you can restrict that as well. So that is the kind of flexibility that you get when you apply Azure policy to govern your cloud resources. Now with that I conclude my part 2 of this video. Now I will suggest, once you are done, what you should do, you should tear down, destroy your infrastructure. I hope this was informative, and please like and subscribe to my channel Cloud with Ritesh. I will be back with more videos. Thank you. Have a good day.